it's Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I never really have. It's I liken it to when someone says, "Tell me that you love me," and if I say I love you, which I probably do, if we're in that sort of setting, because I don't think the cashier at the grocery store would say that. So whatever. But it just, I may in fact love you, but the fact that you ask me, it seems to lose meaning. And I think Valentine's Day is just like that. It's like, give me a present because you love me. Where I just think that, you should get one randomly for no reason. That means more. And then, of course, I was thinking about, Valentine's from the days of yore when I was a wee one. They've never been very good. In elementary school, I don't know if they still celebrate the holidays like we did when we were kids, but we did, I think the day before, we made a little Valentine's mailbox because, for all the Valentines we were going to be getting the next day. We would decorate the box, and then Valentine's Day, we would have a party. And I guess some of the room mothers or whatever you call them would bring food, and we would have cupcakes and cookies and candy, and we would have a Valentine's Day party. But we would have these parties, and then, you would go and put all the Valentines in the boxes that you wanted. And, of course, the popular kids always were overflowing with the Valentine's Day. And then there was always, the poor kid who didn't really get any Valentine's. There's always that one kid or a couple of kids. And I always was hopeful that I was never one of those kids that got a few. I was sort of in the middle of the road. I didn't get a huge amount, but I wasn't, the worst kid in class. But still, it's disappointing when, you don't get a Valentine's card from like the person sitting next to you. And how awkward is that? Then after, you go back and you're like, I got to sit next to you for the rest of the year. You didn't give me Valentine's. What's up with that? It's awkward. It was very stressful, but any kind of social setting was stressful for me as a kid. So it just wasn't good to begin with. I didn't do well with that type of thing. I was just way too shy for that. And then in junior high and high school for Valentine's Day, we had these, you could buy a carnation for 50 cents and write it, note to whomever you're giving it to, and then it would be delivered throughout the day. So periodically, cookies. So periodically during the day, someone would come in with a handful of carnations and give them out to the people that were getting them. Yeah. And again, the popular people were carrying bouquets around during the day. They just were inundated with carnations. Yeah. And there were years I didn't get any. Occasionally a friend of mine would send me one. Or maybe two. But still, I was always hopeful when the person came in with them. I was like, am I going to get one? Do I have a secret admirer? No, I don't. So it was very stressful because, you want one, but then you don't get one. And yeah, it was a very, very tough time for me as a kid and an adolescent and a young adult. It's better now. But over the years, I just don't, Valentine's Day is just, if you celebrate it and you love it, that's awesome. I mean, that's great. Kudos to you. All right. I'm going to go figure out what I'm going to have for dinner.